$10,000 to miss a flight? That's what a group of passengers was asked to do on a Delta flight from Alaska to Minnesota while sitting on the tarmac. One passenger on that flight says he thought Delta was joking and the 10 grand wasn't enough to convince him to give up his seat.
I know $10,000 seems like a lot of money, but you have to realize that, first of all, it doesn't sink in that this is really what they were offering. And second of all, try to do the math of how many people are going to get off the plane and how they're going to still get to, we're in Alaska right now.
Any second thoughts about turning it down?
Don't ask my wife that question.
Delta was not giving the money as a travel voucher, but in a form of a gift card or a direct payment. I'm joined again by our roundtable once again. What do you guys think of this? Alicia, starting with you.
Well, considering my poor husband had a 6 a.m. flight that then ended up departing LAX at 3:30 and only got 10,000 miles, he's going to be real upset to hear about this $10,000 option. I think it would depend if I were traveling solo or with my 3 little girls, whether I had carry-on. And yeah, I mean, that guy brings up a good point. In Alaska, how many places are there to stay and how many other options are there to get down home to the lower 48?
Right. It just depends on the circumstances, I guess. Brian, what do you think? Would you take the 10 grand?
Oh, $10,000, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't even think twice about it. The issue for me is I'm normally flying somewhere for like a story and you have to get there in a rush. And in that case, I'd probably have to turn it down, or like the bosses would be mad that we wouldn't make it there in time. But if it was for like vacation or on the weekend, I wouldn't even think twice. I'd take the 10 grand.
Maybe the bosses would understand. Who knows? Capri,
yeah,
what
right?
about you?
Maybe it depends on how you end up using that $10,000. I think that, really it's about kind of the circumstance, as I think everyone has kind of noted. So whether or not, you're with kids, or whether or not, your travel plans are specific for, you're going someplace for a very specific reason. So, if you're going for work and you're expected to be there, if you're going for a wedding or, some sort of a specific family gathering that you're supposed to be at, you're going to, upset everybody and be like, dude, I'm not going to your wedding. You know why? Because I wanted $10,000. Hope you understand. Maybe I'll give you a cut as your wedding present. So $10,000 is a lot of money. And, I think that if there was given any flexibility in your travel plans, people would probably take that $10,000, but there are other things to weigh in this outside of just that cold hard cash. I agree. You probably don't want to be stranded in, the wilderness of Alaska, not knowing where you're going to end up. And frankly, given the fact that Delta and other airlines are just canceling flights by the droves, you take that $10,000. There's no guarantee you're getting on the next flight either.
Mm-hmm.
So then.
Also, given the fact that these flights are, the airlines rather are just canceling flights, that they're booking people on flights that they know they can't fit everyone on, sometimes just on principle, it feels good to say no, doesn't it?
Sure.
What do you all think? Brian?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'd love to stick it to the airlines. I don't know that I could give up 10 grand on the spot. I think I'd want the 10K, but you made a good point. I mean, they're screwing everybody over right now. We've done the stories. We've interviewed the pilots. They took the money during COVID, the bailout money, and now they don't have enough people. They're scheduling way too many flights without enough crew, and they're setting the whole system up for failure every day just so they can rake in the money. So, yeah, I'd love to stick it to them, but I think I still want the 10K.
And maybe getting the 10K is sticking it to them. Alicia, do you think so?
Right, that's what I was just thinking. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could take the kids to Disneyland and then some. They would be fine with maybe missing a trip to Michigan. Who knows?
Right.
Has anyone here, raise your hand if you've actually given up your seat? No. Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Tell me the circumstance.
I think my husband and I were flying somewhere, and it was because they offered us like business class or first class or something and a voucher, and it was literally like just 30 minutes later. So it was the best of all the best scenarios.
30 minutes later is a game changer, but now that you're hearing about 10 grand, it might make you think twice the next time, right, for your negotiating power.
Yeah, and 30 minutes later now could end up like 3 days later in today's world,
That's a good point. Great point.
If not more.
Right.
That's a great point. All these people stuck all over the country, not being able to get on flights, not reaching their destinations. And people do have things like weddings and funerals and all kinds of things they have to get to. And they're not getting there, not even under a circumstance that involves giving up a seat or not.
Yeah, we're heading to Detroit next weekend for a family wedding on a Saturday. And of course, the rehearsal dinner's on a Friday. And we're specifically taking the first flight out on a Thursday So we are giving ourselves extra time to make sure we make it to the wedding.
I think that is a smart idea.
That's a very, very smart move. I got to tell you that when you talk about sticking it to the airline, and what I have found is that when I have been in these kind of precarious positions with airlines where I've been delayed a million times or bumped from a flight or my luggage has gotten lost, if you go to Twitter and have a little Twitter rant, which it is so not in my nature to do this,
yeah.
but the few times I've been so angry, frustrated or stranded or whatever, and I've done this in a couple different situations, you're immediately responded to. It really just shows that, these airlines are responding to kind of negative publicity, which really is not the greatest thing. But what I've noticed is airlines do respond to when you get fussy on Twitter. My little tip.
No judgment, no judgment. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back.